Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. We got some more pre-1961 bats. We got the Philadelphia A's traveling to Cleveland to take on the Indians in a 3-game series. Take a look at the starting lineup here for the Philadelphia A's. We got leading off playing shortstop Jimmy Dykes. Batting second and playing third base is Home Run Baker. Batting third, playing first base is Double X, Jimmy Fox. Batting fourth, playing left field is Al Simmons. Batting fifth, playing center field, Wally Moses. Batting sixth and doing the catchings, Mickey Cochran. Batting seventh and playing right field is Bing Miller. Batting eighth, playing second base is Max Bishop. And batting ninth on the mound for the A's is Jack Combs. Now for the hometown Cleveland Indians, we got leading off, playing second base, Nat Lajoie. Batting second, playing left field is Shoeless Joe Jackson. Batting third, playing first is Hal Trusky. Batting fourth, playing third base, Al Rosen. Batting fifth, playing right field, Rocky Colavito. Batting sixth, playing center field is Tris Speaker. Batting seventh, playing shortstop is Lou Boudreau. Batting eighth, doing the catching is Steve O'Neill. And on the mound, batting ninth is ADDIE Josh. Let's get down here to Cleveland and get this game started. And the lead it off here will be Jimmy Dykes. And Dykes is batting 152 on the year. He's got 2 homers and 2 RBIs. And Josh, this is his third appearance. He's 1-1 with a 2.81 ERA. Here's the pitch to Dykes. And that's going to be a 3. That's going to be a fly ball out to Tris Speaker in center for out number 1. And Hyde joins us here tonight. Here, I'll show you. It's probably, give me a second here, folks, as Hyde wants to know how I have such large player pictures here. It's probably due to the fact, we'll go here and save this. Go back here to your main menu. When you open up your library, go to library options and go to your user interface options, and you set that to true. And normally I got this on 55, to be honest. Surprised it's not. And let's change the color back to blue. Blue, blue, blue. Change this to blue. And that's probably what does it for your Hyde, is doing that. And Beatles joins us here tonight. And then we turn to the game. I hope that helps you out, bud. So now you got Baker up with 1 out. And Home Run Baker's batting .320 on this season. And he's got no home runs and 5 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Frank Baker. And that's going to be a base on balls. Baker's going to walk on down to first. And that brings up Double X, Jimmy Fox. Fox is batting .283. He's got 2 home runs and 7 RBIs on the year. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes. And old Josh is having trouble finding the plate here early in the game. And Jimmy Fox is going to walk the hard way with Apba with 2 dice rolls. So now we got first and second, 1 out, 2 walks here. So Josh has walked himself into trouble. Al Simmons is up batting .412, 3 homers and 13 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. 52 and a 2. That's probably fielding column 2. 52 and a 2 is fielding column 2. And that's going to be the old 1-4-3 double play. The runner will get down the third, though. Well, that'll be the final out. That's 3 outs. 1-4-3 double play. Gets Josh out of this mess. We go to the bottom of the first. A's nothing. Indians coming up to bat. Pitcher's best friend there gets him out of the jam. And we got Knapp. Lajoie due up here. He's batting .372. He's got a homer and 7 RBIs on the year. This is Jack Combs' third start. He doesn't have a record yet. He's 0-0 with a 9.82 ERA. And here's to pitch the Knapp. And that's going to be a ground ball. Nope, that's going to be a swing and a miss. Combs strikes him out for out number 1 as Ken Castro joins us here. Rooting for the A's. I agree with you. Here's Shoeless Joe. He is batting .318 on the year. He's got 1 homer and 7 RBIs. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. Miller gets to it, cuts it off, holds Joe to a single. So now the Tribe's got a runner down at first. And 1 out. And Ken Castro says I ain't aggressive enough. So if Hal Trusky doesn't get on board, we might send Jackson. And Trusky is batting .289 with 4 homers and 11 RBIs. So he's going to let the lefty use the hole. Oh, you're welcome, buddy. Yeah, you remember they was like 2-7. So here's the pitch to Hal. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Miller's going to make the catch out there for out number 2. And with the righty up, like I say, old Ken says I ain't aggressive enough. So we're going to send Shoeless Joe. That's a +4 arm back there, Mickey Cochran. And 0 modifier. So it'll only be about a 50-50 chance of making it a 41 or lower. Shoeless Joe makes it down the second, and they nail him. And that's a nice throw by Cochran. Gets Jackson. That'll end the inning. We go to the top of the second. We got Moses, Cochran, and Miller due up here in the top of the second. Wally's batting .152. No homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left. Shoeless Joe just got thrown out, makes the catch out there. You see Cleveland's upcoming schedule. They got a double header against these A's coming up. And then they go on the road to play the White Sox. And Mickey Cochran's up now. Cochran's batting .214, no homers and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Al Rosen. Fires across to Trusky for out number 2. Here's Bing Miller now. And Bing, he's batting .206 on the year, a homer and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Knapp at second. And that'll end the inning. 1-2-3 goes to A's. To the bottom of the second we go. Al Rosen, who was up to bat when Jackson got thrown out. Then we got Colavito and Speaker. Al's batting .167. He's got a homer and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Bing in right field. 1 down here. Now, as you can see, the A's are 4-7. They've struck out 54 times, walked 50 times, have hit 39 doubles and 10 triples. And the Cleveland Indians are 6-4, struck out 51 times. They've walked 64, hit 54 doubles and 4 triples on the year. Here comes Rocky Colavito. And Rock, he's batting 300 on the year. He's got 2 homers and 6 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, and that'll be the first strikeout of the game for Rock. And that's COOMBS' second strikeout. Brings up Tris Speaker now with 2 down. Speaker's batting 259, 3 homers and 6 RBIs. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field, a 2-out single for Speaker. And up to the plate now is going to be Lou Boudreau. And Lou, he's batting .080 on this season, folks. He is 2 for 25, off to a terrible start with no homers and 1 RBI. And that's a ground ball down the max. He tosses it over to Dykes, and that ends the inning. To the top of the third we go. We got the bottom part of the order due up here for these A's. We got Bishop, COOMBS, and then back to the top end, Dykes. And Max is batting 152. No homers and 1 RBI. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Rosen. He fires across the diamond to Howe. And that'll be out number 1. Yeah, exactly. They do, don't they? I agree with you. Yep. I mean, I got Larry Doby on the bench. Who else is on the bench? Damn good hitters. Earl and Bobby Abel. So yeah, they got some decent Joe Sowell. So yeah, they got some real deep bench. Like I say. Now we got Jack COOMBS up. COOMBS is 0 for 2 on the year. Let's see if Jack can get on base, because we don't need no stinking DH. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Josh. He's got it. He throws over to first for out number 2. And back to the top of the order in Dykes. And Dykes flew out to center his first time up. And not this time, folks. That's going to be a double in the right field. So a 2-out double by Dykes. He's in scoring position here. And home run Baker's up now. Baker drive him in and give the A's a lead. Baker walked his first time up. And that's what he's going to do this time. They don't want nothing to do with Baker. So now you got first and second for Double X. And there's 2 down here. And let's see what Double X can do. He walked his first time up. Here's the pitch to Jimmy. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. And with 2 outs, he's going to take it to the bag himself. That'll end the inning. So the A's strand 2. To the bottom of the third we go. Yeah, I was hoping Jimmy would do something. Now you got Steve O'Neill, Josh up, and then back to Olajuwon. And Steve O'Neill's batting 118, no homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Bishop at second. And now we got Josh up with nobody on. And Josh is batting 167 on the year. No homers and no RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Al Simmons. That'll be out number 2. And as you can see, the A's are batting 267 on the year. Got an on-base percentage of .335, a slugging of .504, and an OPS of .839. The Indians are batting .253, a .332 on-base percentage, a .464 slugging, and an OPS of .796. And now Knapp's up. He struck out his first time up. Not this time. Old Knapp squares this one up against COOMBS. And that ball is blasted in the, I think, left field. Let me make sure. Yep, in the left field. And he's rounding second, headed for third. And guess what? That is in honor of Beatles, a triple, folks. Elijahway's down at third now, 2 outs. And we got Mr. Jackson, Shoeless Joe's up now. And Joe singled and got caught stealing his first time up. Here's the pitch to Jackson. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. And that's going to be back-to-back triples. Another ball hit out to left field down the line. Simmons doesn't get to it. It's rolling around out there. And another triple. Back-to-back triples. Gives the Indians a 1-0 lead. Now you got Hal Trusky up. Runner still down at third and 2 outs. And Trusky flew out to right his first time up. Here's the pitch to Hal. And that's going to be a 24 and an 8. And that's going to be a single in the center field. And all of a sudden, Combs can't get the final out here. 3 back-to-back hits with 2 outs, and it's a 2-0 game. Now you got Al Rosen up, Trusky down at first. And Combs, they go out and talk to him, tell him we need an out. Knapp is a beast. You're right, Ken. Al Rosen is up now. He flew out the right field his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball this time out to Simmons and left. That'll end the inning. But the Tribe scored 2. Take a 2-0 lead into the top of the 4th. And we're going to have Simmons, Moses, and Cochran due up here for the A's. And Simmons grounded into the 1-4-3 double play his first time up. And that's going to be a 25. That's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Speakers got it for out number 1. And Wally Moses steps up to the plate. Wally flew out to left his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Josh strikes him out for out number 2. First strikeout of the game for Josh. Brings up Mickey Cochran now. Cochran grounded out the third his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Josh. That'll be a 1-2-3 inning. To the bottom of the 4th we go. Still 2-0 Cleveland. Now you got Colavito due up Speaker and Bordeaux. And Rocky's 0-for-1 struck out his first time up. And not this time. He blasted that ball out in the right field. That's off the fence out there for a double to start this inning. The Indians in business already, up 2-0 with a runner in scoring position for Speaker. And Trish, he singled his first time up. Hey, Christopher joins us. Glad to see you too, buddy. Enjoying that state football project that you and Steve collaborated on, bud. And here's the pitch to Speaker. And that's going to be a 9 against a 23. That's going to be a ground ball down the third. And he's going to look the runner back to second. Fire over to first. And now there's 1 out and a runner down at second. And Lou's up. Lou Bordeaux. He grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up. Like I say, he's off to a terrible start here. And that's going to be a 24 and an 8. That's going to be a ground ball down the short. And let's see here, 31 and a 9. That'll be fielding column 1. And again, they look the runner back to second as Dykes gets the ball. So now there's 2 outs and a runner still down at second for Steve O'Neill. And O'Neill is 0-for-1. He grounded out the second his first time up. So far, the leadoff doubles staying put at second. 2 outs now. Can O'Neill drive him in? And that's going to be a fly ball. No, that's going to be a ground ball down the first. And Double X is going to toss it over the Combs covering. And the double goes nowhere. Gets stranded at second. We go to the top of the 5th. It's still 2-0. Cleveland here. You got Miller, Bishop, and Combs due up the bottom part of the lineup here in the top of the fifth. As you can see, Kansas City has scored 52 runs on 18 homers and no stolen bases and haven't been caught. Cleveland entering this game with 51 runs scored, 20 homers, and of course we know Shoeless Joe's been thrown out, so they do got one caught stealing. And Bing's up now. He's 0 for 1. And he grounded out to second his first time up. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. So he's got the leadoff batter aboard here. And Max Bishop's up now. Can Max do something with the runner down at first? Bishop grounded out to third his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. 42 and a 10 should be fielding column 1. And it is. They'll get the lead runner. But Bishop's gets down to first in time, beats the throw. So that'll be a 6-4 put out. Brings up Jack Combs now. He's going to try to bunt the runner into scoring position. Try to cut this lead in half. Combs grounded out to the pitcher his first time up. And that's going to be a 21 on a sacrifice. And a 15. And that ball's going to be bunted down to first. And the only play for Trusky is to throw it over the Knapp covering. So that'll get the runner in the scoring position with 2 outs now. So Combs gets the job done here. And back to the top of the order. And Jimmy Dykes. Dykes is 1 for 2. He doubled his last time up. He gets a single here and probably scores a Bishop with 2 outs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Nope, that's going to be a swing and a miss. Josh strikes him out. That ends the inning. A strand 1. The bottom of the fifth we go. And Josh will lead it off, followed by the top of the order in Lajoie and Jackson. And Josh is 0 for 1. He flew out the left his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out. And that is the third strikeout by Combs. Back to the top of the order in Knapp. Knapp tripled and came around to score his last time up. He struck out in the first. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. So Lajoie's having a good game here. He's 2 for 3. He's standing down at first now with 1 out. And now we got Mr. Shoeless Joe Jackson up. He is 2 for 2. He has tripled. He has singled. Came around to score once and has an RBI. And he squares this one up, folks. That ball is high. How far is this one going to go? That is the question. And that ball is off the wall. Didn't quite square it up. Let's see if it's going to score Knapp from first here. Ball was hit in the deep right field off the fence. Miller's got a good arm out there. So it'll be a 42. And they're going to send him. It's going to be a 25, a 51 or lower. And Lajoie is going to score here. And he's in there. So that's an RBI double by Jackson. And that makes it 3-0 Cleveland. As you see the A's upcoming schedule, they got the double hitter against Cleveland. And then they stay on the road to go to Detroit to take on the Tigers. You got Shoeless Joe down at second. And 1 out. And Hal Trusky's up. Trusky's 1 for 2. He's flown out the right and he has an RBI single. And here's the pitch to Hal. And that's going to be a, let's see what the infield is here. 5, 10, 19, 27, 29, 37. So that'll be fielding column 1. And that's going to be a foul out. And down the third baseline, Dykes gets in foul territory, makes the catch for out number 2. And Al Rosen's up now. And Rosen 0 for 2. He's flown out to both corners, right and left. Here's the pitch to Al. And that's going to be a base on balls. Now there's 2 on for Rocky. 2 outs, first and second. Both runners got good speed. Colavito's 1 for 2. He struck out and doubled. Here's the pitch to Rock. And that ball is hit in left field. And this is must be a tribute game to Beatles, because that ball's hit out the left field. And guess what? That's going to be a 2 RBI triple for Rocky Colavito. That ball had to get away from Al pretty bad for Rock to make it down the third. Put on his best Jets. And it is all of a sudden a 5-0 ball game here, as Jack Combs is getting lit up here in the 5th inning. Got a runner down at third and 2 outs. Can he get out of this mess? With Speaker up. Speaker is 1 for 2. He singled and grounded out the third. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center. And Moses makes the catch. But Rocky with the 2 RBI triple and another run scored. It is now 5-0. So we go to the top of the 6th. We got Baker, Fox, and Simmons due up here against Josh. And Baker is walked both times up. Here's the pitch to Frank. And that's going to be a 23. That'll be the first time they've gotten him out today. That's a ground ball back to Josh. He fires over to first. 1 down here. And Double X is up now. And Fox is 0 for 1. He's walked and grounded out the first. And that's going to be another ground ball down to Trusky. Takes it himself for out number 2. And that brings up Al Simmons now. Simmons is 0 for 2, grounded out to the pitcher and flew out to center. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field again. Speaker's got it, and 1, 2, 3 goes the A's. To the bottom of the 6th we go. Jack Combs is due up 4th. They like to get him through this 6th inning. He's got Bordeaux, O'Neill, and Josh, the bottom part of the order, due up here. Lou's 0 for 2. He's grounded into a fielder's choice, and he is grounded out the short. Here's the pitch to Lou, and that's going to be a six. So that would be a 17. And that's going to be a fly ball out to, let's see, no, it's a 9. That's going to be a single. Single by Lou. Infield hit. So Lou's aboard here. That'll get the bullpen up in a hurry. And now you got a runner down at first. The A's need a double play in the worst way here. Steve O'Neill is grounded out the second and the first. And that's going to be a, let's see, 23. That's going to be a fly ball in the right field. Miller makes the catch. That'll be out number 1. And Josh is going to sacrifice him over to second here. Try to get him in scoring position. He is flew out the left and struck out. And a 21. That's down the first. A 33 on a 5. That should be fielding column 1. And it is. And a sacrifice. And that's going to be hit down the Fox. He's got it. He'll toss it over the Bishop covering. And that'll be out number 2. But the runner gets in the scoring position for Lodgeway now. And Lodgeway is 2 for 3 with a single and a triple. Struck out his other time up. And a 15. So take 20 on a 11. And that's going to be a single in the left field. And with Lou's speed, I don't think he's going to make it home here. Al Simmons has got a cannon out there, even with 2 outs. So that would be a 47. 16. Who's up after that? Shoeless Joe. They're going to hold Lou down at third. That's going to be a single in the left. And that'll bring up Shoeless Joe now first and third. And it's a 5-run game here. Jack needs to keep it that way. First and third. 2 outs. Jackson is a perfect 3 for 3. He has singled, he has tripled, and he has doubled. He's missing the home run for the cycle. Here's the pitch to Shoeless Joe. And guess what, folks? Kaboom! That ball is high. That ball is far. Let's make sure. On a 20. That ball is out of here. Shoeless Joe is just hit for the cycle, folks. In the right field, a 3-run homer. Bust this game open. It's 8-0. And that's going to be it for Jack COOMBS. He can't get through this 6th inning. See who's going to come out here and pitch now. Let's see who they got here. Might just bring out a lefty just to get Hal out of here. Rube Wahlberg, probably who's going to come out. Let's see here, old Rube. When was the last time Rube pitched? So that's who's going to come out and pitch. Rube will come out and try to get the lefty out. And that's the wrong Rube. Let's go back here. There's the Rube I want. Glad I looked. There we go. Now we got the right Rube. Wahlberg. Picked Waddle by mistake. Have to pay attention with that with this team. And this is Rube's 4th appearance. He's 0-1 with a 7.94 ERA. Hal Trusky's up now. He's 1 for 3. He has flown out, singled, and popped up. Yeah, it is awesome to see the cycle. I agree with you, Beatles. But yeah, this is one of the few blowouts I've had on the channel. And Aaron Reed joins us here. Trusky with the pitch. And that's going to be a base hit. These A's can't get this final out, folks. Now you got Trusky down at first. Rosen up to the plate. Already an 8-0 ball game. And Al is 0 for 2. He has walked. And he has flown out to the corners right and left. And that's finally going to end the inning. That's a ground ball down the first. They're back to the mound. Rube's got it, tosses it over to first. But that's a 3 spot. Makes this an 8-0 game. 3-run homer by Jackson as he hits for the cycle in his first 4 plate appearances. We go to the top of the 7th. It's 8-0 Tribe. We got Moses, Cochran, and Miller due up here. And Wally, he is 0 for 2. He's flown out the left end, struck out. And that's going to be another swing and a miss for him. And that's out number 1. Brings up Mickey Cochran now. And Cochran's 0 for 2. He is grounded out twice, once to third and once to the pitcher. That's going to be another ground ball down the Rosen. Fires across the first to Trusky. And that's 2 quick outs. Yeah. As old Don Meredith would say, turn out the lights, the party's over, Aaron. All good things must come to an end. Then he would tell everybody, all you working people, go to bed. This game is over. And now you got Bing Miller up. He's 1 for 2. He is grounded out the second and singled. And that's going to be a ground ball out in front of the plate. Now 65, that's going to be fielding column 3. And that's going to be Baltimore chop, and Steve O'Neill can't handle it. That's going to be an E2. So Miller's aboard here with 2 outs for Max Bishop. And Bishop is 0 for 2. He is grounded out twice, once to third and once into a force play. Here's the pitch to Max. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Josh strikes him out. That ends the inning. We go to the 7th inning stretch, 8-0. And we got Colavito, Speaker, and Brudeau due up here against Rube. And Rocky's 2 for 3. He's got a double and a triple and 2 RBIs. Struck out his other time up. And that's going to be a lazy fly out the left. Simmons has got it for out number 1. And Trish Speaker steps up to the plate now. And Trish is 1 for 3. Single, grounded out, and flown out. And that's going to be a ground ball in front of the plate. And that's going to be an easy play by Mickey Cochran. He throws it down the first to Fox, and that'll be out number 2. And Sweet Lou Bordeaux's up. Sweet Lou's 1 for 3. He's grounded out twice and singled. And that's going to be a base on ball. Lou walks on down to first with 2 outs here. And Steve O'Neill's up now, walking a guy not even hitting 100. Don't make much sense, does it? And now you got Steve O'Neill, who's batting 100. He's 0 for 3 today. He is grounded out twice and flew out the right. And that's going to be a base on balls to O'Neill. And all of a sudden, with 2 outs, he's deciding to walk these 100 hitters. Not the good game here for the A's, that's for sure. And that brings up Josh. Let's see if he can do something here, help his own cause. He's already up 8-0. And Josh is 0 for 2. He has flown out the left, struck out, and he had a sacrifice bunt his last time up. And that's going to be popped up in the shallow left field. Dykes goes out and makes a nice catch for out number 3. So the walks go nowhere. Indians strand 2, and to the top of the 8th we go. We'll have a pitch hitter here for Rube. And then back to the top of the order in Dykes and Baker. See who's going to come off the bench here. And the only lefty they got is Fan Ferris. Only lefty on the bench, so Ferris is going to come off the bench here and try to get him bored. They only need 8 base runners. Only need 8 guys to get on at the time run on the pads. So Ferris comes off the bench. As MV would say, there's still a chance here. Fan is batting .250 on the year, 1 homer and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the nap. Elijah throws over to Hal, and that'll be out number 1. And back to the top of the order we go, and Jimmy Dykes. See if Jimmy can get a 1-out rally going. He is 1 for 3. He has flown out the center, doubled, and struck out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Lou's got it. Fires over to Hal. That's a quick 2 outs. And that brings up Frank Home Run Baker. He's walked twice and grounded out to the mound. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Rocky. 1, 2, 3 goes the A's. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 8-0 Cleveland. And let's see who's going to come out here and work the bottom of the 8th. And I think the Moose is going to come out, George. Earnshaw's going to come out and pitch. So George comes out of the bullpen. And let's see if he can keep us an 8-run game. Sorry, I have the chuckle when I say it that way. And George's 4th appearance of the season. No record. And he hasn't given up an earned run yet this year. He's got the top of the order to deal with. Elijah Jackson and Trusky. Knapp's having a fine game. He's 3 for 4. He has a triple and 2 singles and struck out. And that's going to be a base on balls. No, it's not. Sorry, looked at that wrong. That's going to be a fly ball out the left field for Simmons. Looked at the wrong spot there. This brings up Shoeless Joe. And Shoeless Joe is hit for the cycle, folks. He is 4 for 4. He has singled, tripled, doubled, and homered. He has 5 RBIs out of the 8. It's a one-man wrecking crew. Shoeless Joe 5 and A's nothing. Crazy. And of course, Joe scored 3 times. Awesome game by Joe. Now he's batting .375 on the year. He's got 4 doubles, 2 triples, 2 homers, and 12 RBIs. And this will be the first time they got Shoe out. It's a ground ball down to Bishop at second. Over to first, and Jackson's out of there for out number 2. And Trusky's up now. He's 2 for 4. He has 2 singles and RBI. He's flown out and popped up. And this one's popped up all right. This ball is high. This ball is far. Goodbye. Open the window, Nelly. It's out of here in the right field. And it's a 9-0 ball game. Hal Trusky delivers a homer here in the 8th. And George can't keep it an 8-run lead. Al Rosen's up. He might be the only Indian without a hit. Let's take a look here at the box score. Let's see if he's the only one without a hit. Yes, he is. O'Neill hasn't got a hit, so 2 of them haven't. Excuse me. So you got Al Rosen up 0 for 3. He has walked. He has flown out the right, left, and he's grounded out to the pitcher. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Simmons in left field. And that'll end the inning. But 1 run scores on the home run. We go to the top of the 9th. They got the 3, 4, 5 hitters due up here against Josh. Double X, Simmons, and Moses. So Jimmy is 0 for 2. He's grounded out to first twice and walked. And that's going to be another ground ball, a hat trick down to Trusky. Trusky takes it himself, and that'll be out number 1. Al Simmons is up to the plate now as Clinton Parks joins us here. Yeah, it is. It is. I agree with you, Ken. Yeah, it's the birthday boy. Clinton Parks is in the house. And now you got Al Simmons up. He's 0 for 3. He has flown out the center twice and grounded into a 1-4-3 double play. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Josh strikes him out. A's are down to their last out here, down by 9. Hopefully old Wally can deliver here. He is 0 for 3. He has flown out the left and struck out twice. And that'll end the ball game. That's a fly ball out to Jackson and left. Waits for it to come down, makes the catch. And this ball game is over. Not one of the best ball games we've had here on the channel. A 9-0 lead, but we did get to see a cycle here tonight. Take a look here at the box score. Shoeless Joe hits for the cycle. What did I do that for? Go back here. I want to look at the box score. Not an exit out of it. There we go. And I'm sure this is all about Shoeless Joe. Jackson hits for the cycle and Josh gets the shutout. I'm surprised it doesn't talk about Jackson's 5 RBIs also. Let's take a look here at the box score. Like I say, Jackson in his first 4 plate appearances hits for the cycle. The only thing he had out of order was he tripled the second time up. He singled, tripled, then doubled and homered. The homer was the last thing. So the Indians, 9 runs on 14 hits and 1 error. Lost in all that output was Josh. A 2-hit shutout. Like I say, Dykes and Miller, the only 2 hits. A's are 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. Only left 5 on. Look at that top of the order for the Indians. A combined 10 for 15. And Jackson, the big boy, 5 had plate appearances, 4 hits, single, double, triple, and homer, and 5 RBIs. He was a one-man wrecking crew. Then you had Rocky 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Trusky with the homer. What a night for the Indians. 5 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Yeah, good wife keeps you straight. I hear you. And they left 7 men on base. Jack COOMBS picks up the loss. His first loss of the year. 5 2/3, 12 hits, 8 runs. Walked 1, struck out 3, gave up the homer. Wahlberg comes in, shuts the door, but it was too little too late. The horses was done out of the barn. 1 1/3 inning, a hit and 2 walks. Earnshaw comes in. George pitches 1 inning, 1 hit, 1 run. It was the homer by Al Rosen. And Josh goes the distance, picks up his second win. He's 2-1. 9 innings, 2 hits, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Ken Castro says he always had a problem with the A's lineup, could never get production out of them. And yeah, it's like I say, they're struggling right now, and they got a good team. They ain't bad at all. I mean, they got some pop in that lineup with Baker, and hell, you got Double X with 58 home runs. Yeah. Simmons with 36, Moses with 25, Cochran with 17, Miller with 21. Yeah, they just ain't putting it together. Not putting together is correct. Let's take a look here at the standings and the leaderboard here in the American League. And the Indians are now on top with the Tigers. Yankees are a game back. White Sox and the Red Sox are a game and a half back. The Senators are now 2 games back. The Orioles are 2.5. And the poor A's are 3.5 games back now. And Ted Simmons still leading the league with a 486 batting average, with Lou Gehrig with 7 home runs, and you got Boone and Williams with 16 RBIs on the year. And Bob Shockey with that .6 ERA. You got Ed Walsh with 3 wins now in the American League. And Ed Wilt with 3 saves. And Lou's leading in the MVP, and Ed Walsh is now leading in the Best Pitcher award. Let's take a look at these A's a little closer. Look at their team batting average as a team. Let's move these team stats up some where we want to put them. Let's put them in the 7 and 8 spot. Leave that to 7 batting. And let's move the pitching up to 8. That way we don't have to scroll the whole way down here for it. So let's look at the league batting first. See where these A's are in batting. Actually, they're not batting too bad. They're 3rd in the league. Yeah, they're 3rd in the league, Ken, with a 259 batting average. Let's see how they're doing in runs. That's probably the key. They just ain't getting the runs in. Yeah, that's the problem. They're next to last in runs with 52. They just can't get them across the plate. Sure, we can look at Hamilton's stolen bases. Okay. Oh, sliding Hamilton. Let's take a look here at team batting. And let's go to the Phillies and look at Hamilton's stolen bases. And there's the Phils. And he's got 10 stolen bases, Ken. He's tearing the league up, leading by a large margin. Yeah. And Delaney with 4. Yep. Sliding Billy Hamilton with 10 stolen bases, only batting .206. Imagine if he was getting on base a little more. Yeah, it is nice. Yeah, he's only batting .206. How many times has he walked, though? He's walked 11 times. So his on base percentage is 400. So he's doing well as far as the leadoff guy, doing what you want. He isn't getting a lot of hits, but like I say, he's walking 11 times. Taking a lot of balls and strikes. Exactly what you want. Let's look here at these A's. I got to get Bob Serve in the lineup more. He's batting 400, and he's my favorite A's. Al Simmons, 382. Then you got Gus. He's not playing much, batting 375. Baker with the 308, and then it drops off down to 267 for Hayes. Oh, double X 265. And then it really drops off from 250 down to 216 for Miller. Then you got Cochran batting a .194. Dykes 162, Bishop 139, and Moses 135. That's killing them. Yeah, exactly. That is a killer. Right there is the killer. Cochran, Dykes, and Bishop, and Moses. That is a killer. That is a killer. 32 at bats, the lowest. batting a buck 94, and 3 others, like you say, with 40 at bats. Yeah, can't live with that. And let's see here, Dykes with 2 homers and that 162. He's the only one with any homers. The rest of them haven't homered yet. So not only aren't they hitting, they're not even hitting with any power. Yeah, I think that is the problem. Yep. Again, I haven't made many changes to the lineup. I wanted to wait like a month, maybe 2 months, see how they do before I made any real wholesale changes. Wanted to have a little bit of data to go on before I started benching people. But it's getting pretty close for those guys, that's for sure. Especially when you got guys like Bob Serve and old Gus hitting well with limited playing time. Is there anything else you guys want to look at here while we got these reports open? Aaron Reed's in the house. Let's look at the Reds for Aaron Reed. He's a big Red Machine fan. Let's see here. Oh, Ed's batting 383. Gus Bell 333. Goodman 333. Let's see here. You got Beckley batting 300. Frank Robinson batting 279. Lonnie Fry batting 269. McCormick 250. Big Clue 242. And Mac batting 238. Bailey hitting 233. Yeah, exactly. Post ain't doing much. He was awesome in that 61 replay, if you remember, Ken. He went off in that 61 replay. That I did. Have to go back and look exactly what he did, but yeah, 122. And old Eddie Casco only batting a buck 52. Yep. Let's see with the homers here. Frank Robinson leading the team with 4 homers. Wally does have 3 out of his 3 hits, 3 of them out of his 6 hits, 3 of them's homers. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, no stolen bases yet. Yep. Let's see. Let's look at Beatles Pirates here for him. Beatles, you still in the house? Archie Vaughn batting 500. Kiner batting 346. Paul Warner batting 324. They're wondering they're leading the league, huh? 316 by Hornus Wagner. Grantham batting 310. Then it drops off. Johnny Gooch batting 267. Clark only batting 235. And Pye batting 233. Yep. And home runs. Check out the home runs here. You got Ralph with 5. Clark with 2. Grantham with 1. And Hornus Wagner with the only stolen base, and he's been caught 1 time. I think we looked at the pitching the other day, didn't we, Beatles? Pitching's what's letting them down, or they'd be dominating. Wouldn't be tied for the lead if they're pitching. Pitching is holding them back a little bit, but they still got the lead. That's all you can ask for. Let's see here. We can look at some pitching stats. Look at the Phillies and the Reds and the Pirates pitching staff. Let's see here. Yeah, like I say, I haven't done a lot of changing in the lineups, trying to with a set lineup. I do lefty righty thing, but trying to go with a set lineup to see how they do before I make any wholesale changes. Let's see what Max is batting. He is 0 for 3. Max is. Let's see what he did that year. 343 with 5 homers, 13 triples, 39 doubles, and 44 RBIs in 133 games in 1925. He walked 66 times, only struck out 19. That's awesome, ain't it? Only struck out 19 times in almost 550 at bats. 46 stolen bases, yep. And let's see, yep, and he's a 3 outfielder with a 35 arm. I don't know how well that shows up, but yeah, you're correct. Yeah, he might have to replace old Clark. I like old Fred Clark, but Clark's only batting 235. Who else in the outfield's not hitting? Let's see here. Yeah, that's probably who he should place is Clark. Warner's not batting bad. Ralph's tearing it up. Let's take a look at the pitching staffs here. And the team pitching staff. First, we'll start out. We'll just do it in alphabetical order. Look at the Big Red Machines pitching staff. Who's leading in the ERA here? Oh, Bucky Waters with a 1.96. He did have a .056. He kind of got lit up his last start. Let's look here at his last start. Gave up 4 runs in his last start. Yeah, pitched 7 innings. Gave up a homer, 2 strikeouts, and 5 walks in his last start, Aaron. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I enjoy when you guys come on and manage. Yep. Yep. I love doing that. I tried to get you guys on here when they played each other. They played each other in the 2-game series. The Phils and the Bucks. I think it was the last time they played was against each other. Yeah. Be awesome. I enjoy that. Let's see here. Old Noodles with a 2.6 ERA. Old Dolph Lug with a 2.8. Like I say, nice pitching staff by these Reds. And let's take a look now at the Phils. You got Chambers, he's 1.8. Old Bill a 3. And Meyer a 3.8. And then it really balloons up. How about old Alexander with a 4.5? Meadows is a 6. Yeah. Old Rockin' Robin with that 9.9. That's killing you. That's killing you, Ken. Old Rockin' Robin in 2 starts. Him and Sparks. Sparks with a 6.5 in 2 starts. Sparks actually has one win out of that. That's pretty impressive. And then the Pirates. You got here. Let's look at the starts here. Sam with a 5.0, Howie with a 3.6, Babe with a 6.9, and Ray with a 4.5, and Rip with a 6.4. Let's take a look at the whole league here. Pitching here. Look at the league. Team pitching. Like I say, the Reds, they got the best pitching staff right now. Yeah, they got the best pitching staff. Cubbies are next, followed by the Braves, Giants, then the Pirates and the Phillies. In the American League, you got the Tigers with a 3.03 ERA. Then the Yankees doing it with pitching, not hitting. White Sox with a 3.8. Then the Senators and Indians almost identical, 4.04, 4.06. Then it balloons up. Then you got the Orioles and the A's down there with the 5 ERA. Alrighty, guys. I want to thank Ken Castro, Beatles, Clinton Parks, Aaron Reed. I don't think I missed anybody. Oh, and Hyde for stopping by here. I hope I helped him out as far as how big the pictures are. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Let's see who the next matchup is. It'll be a double header between these two teams. Let's see what the pitching matchup looks like. It's going to be old Rube Waddell going up against Koviski. So that should be a good matchup. Old Rube trying to get things on track here for the A's. Going up against Stan the Man. So that should be a good matchup. Oh, you're welcome, guys. Oh, thank you, Clinton. I appreciate it. All righty. You all have a great evening. Until next time, you all take care. Yeah, it was a good night of baseball. I agree with you, Ken, buddy. I enjoyed it. I want to thank Beatles for his great broadcast earlier. That was awesome. Oh, you're welcome, buddy. Like I said, that was a great broadcast.